Ito po yung mga hinihingi lagi ng mga teacher, ng mga PTA sa mga estudyante sa public schools. Mga simple, walis, tingting, dustpan, pag naglinis ng classroom, basahan, tapos pag malapit ng graduation, mga dekorasyon sa mga stage. Hinihingi po ito sa mga estudyante. Ang dami na pong reklamo na ganito. Saan po banda rito kaya nakasama? Parang wala ho yata. Parang,
Dito po sa MOOE, ito po yung operations of schools, elementary, junior high school, senior high school.
doon po sa operation schools.
Yeah. Pasok, MOE ho ito ng mga eskwelahan.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair.
So there's a pending motion to approve the Office of the Secretary. Any second?
On the part of the House, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, we second the motion.
Before that, since I'm the movant, I just want to make sure that we put on record before we finalize it, the HGAB number and the BICAM number that we are approving so that it's on the record. May we ask the chair to do that if you agree? Because many figures are being discussed, may we kindly put on record the HGAB figure and the BICAM figure that we are approving? But I so move.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And there's a duly seconded, so the budget of the Office of the Secretary, Department of Education is hereby approved. Those summaries, Madam Chair, will be provided prior to the signing of the BICAM report. In fact, dito po sa BICAM, hindi ho natin isa-sign to kaagad. Ipiprint na muna po yung mga dokumento, ipiprint na po yung pre-enrolled copy, at iproprovide yun sa members para po makita ho nila bago ho tayo mag-sign. No?
Thank you.
All right?
Mr. Chair, in response to the query of the Honorable Legarda, the current total under the Office of the Secretary would go from the current HGAB level of 912 to a total of 958.7 billion pesos. So that would be a total increase of 46.2 billion pesos.
Ayun.
May I ask for 1 minute suspension, please?
1 minute suspension. Our meeting. So we go to the National Academy of Sports. Chairperson Mika, do you want to highlight the improvements, if there are any?
Thank you very much. For the National Academy of Sports, actually on the part of the House, Mr. Chair, we retained all the items from the NEP to the HGAB. So the current amounts for the two items mentioned here, promotion, development, and implementation, would be 128.8 million pesos, and for general management and supervision, 115.5 million pesos. So we retained the NEP levels for both of these items.
Thank you very much, Chairperson Mika. On the part of the Senate, the budget proposal for the National Academy of Sports is 540 million pesos. And this is composed of promotions, development, and implementation of quality and enhanced sports integrated secondary program, general management, and supervision. Let me just dictate. For promotions and development is 344 million pesos. For general management and supervision, 194 million pesos. So any questions, any comments? Hearing none, any motion? Yeah. Yeah. Any motion to approve National Academy of Sports?
I move to approve, Mr. Chair, the National Academy of Sports.
Any second?
Second.
Duly seconded. The National Academy of Sports is hereby approved. The National Book Development Board,
For the National Book Development Board, Mr. Chair, among the 4 items mentioned here, we propose an increase in the general management and supervision by 40.3 million pesos, which brings a total to that. So here for the National Book Development Board, the levels under the HGAB would be 40.3 for the general management and supervision, 7.5 million for the policy development, 91.6 million for capacity building, and 12.5 million for administration of awards.
on the part of the Senate, we propose a 202 million pesos for the National Book Development Board, composed of general management and supervision, policy to a tune of 57 million, policy development, research, information system and management, and information campaign, 10.5 million pesos, capacity building and trade promotions incentives, 118 million pesos, administrative of awards, grant and incentives, 15 million pesos. Any questions? Any questions po?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I move for approval of the proposed budget for the National Book Development Board to the tune of a total of 202 million, with a breakdown as stated by our chair, Wing Gatchalian. So move.
Thank you. Any second?
I second the motion.
Second.
Thank you. The duly seconded, the budget of the National Book Development Board is duly approved. And the motion of Congressman Rufus is perfect, being a former member or a former participant and advocate of the National Book Development Board.
And the first, Mr. Chairman, the first legal counsel
The
of
first legal
NBDB,
counsel pala.
because I was a lawyer and I was the lawyer of the Publishers Association of the Philippines, and we drafted the bill. Thank you.
Alam po, malapit po sa puso ho ninyo ang book development, book publishing industry. Next will be the National Council for Children's Television.
On the part of the National Council for Children's Television, the House proposes the retention of the items stated herein in the HGAB from the NEP. For general management and supervision, 21.9 million, and for child-friendly television development services at 49.3 million.
Okay. The Senate proposes a 116 million budget for the National Council for Children's Television, composed of general management and supervision, 26 million, child-friendly television development services, 89 million. Any questions?
I move, Mr. Chair, that we approve the National Council for Children's Television budget.
Any second?
Second.
Duly seconded. The National Council for Children's Television budget is hereby approved. Next will be the National Museum, an organization very close to the heart of Senator Lawrence. So,
On
Congressman
the-
Mika, any?
On the part of the House, under the National Museum of the Philippines, we propose the retention of the NEP levels from the current 811.9 million pesos. And in terms of the breakdown, we propose to retain the 423 million pesos lodged under general management and supervision.
Thank you for that. The Senate proposed a 986 million peso budget composed of general management and supervision of 468 million, a locally funded project, development of National Museum of the Philippines, NMP, General Aniceto Lacson Ancestral House, Talisay City, Negros Occidental, of 50 million. Another LFP, development of Calibo, Aklan, 20 million pesos. Another locally funded project, development of NMP Coronadal and Lake Cebu, Cotabato, South Cotabato, Phase 2, 40 million pesos. Another LFP, exhibition and fit out of various National Museum of the Philippines Central and Regional Sites, Northern Luzon National Museums of 20 million pesos. Any questions? Hearing none, any motion?
Second motion, Mr. Chair.
Duly seconded by Senator Erwin. The National Museum of the Philippines budgets hereby approved. The Philippine High School for the Arts.
For the Philippine High School of the Arts, on the part of the House, we propose the retention of the current level in the NEP, which is 157 million, 95 million under General Management and Supervision, and 53.9 under operation of the Philippine High School for the Arts.
The Senate proposed a 218 million peso budget for the Philippine High School for the Arts. General Management and Supervision, 150 million. Operation of Philippine High School for the Arts, including outreach, screening, student exchange program with other countries, and production activities, 59 million pesos. Any questions? Or a motion to...
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the 218 million appropriation for the Philippine High School for the Arts.
Any second?
Second motion, Mr. Chair.
Duly seconded. The budget for the Philippine High School for the Arts, duly approved. The Teacher Education Council.
On the part of the House, under Teacher Education Council, we propose the retention of the current NEP level at 207 million, 163 million under Quality Teacher Education Services, and 44.4 million under General Management and Supervision.
The Senate proposed a 562 million peso budget composed of Quality Teacher Education Services, 516 million pesos. General Management and Supervision, 46 million pesos. Any questions or motion?
Mr. Chair, quick question lang po. Itong Quality Teachers Education Service, ito po ba ay kasama dun sa training ng mga teachers natin, further education, yung mga masteral nila? Because ang dami nyo tayong mga teachers last year na naloko po dito sa Region 4B at saka sa Mindanao, nagkuha ng masteral, pero fake pala yung eskwelahan. And they have to make loans, Mr. Chair. So kung ito ay, this will fall under this category, then magagamit ng mga teachers natin for advancement and for promotion, Mr. Chair.
Tama ho kayo, ito po ay para po sa mga pre-service and in-service teacher training. First time po na magkakaroon ng ganitong budget ang TEC para po tuloy-tuloy po yung pag-training po ng ating mga teachers. So meron, kukuha ho sila ng 720 teacher scholars with this budget po.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, any motion?
Therefore move, Mr. Chair, that we approve the Teachers Education Council budget.
Any second? Second. Duly seconded, the budget of the Teacher Education Council is hereby approved. So we go to state universities and colleges.
Before we move to that, Mr. Chair, if I may, I would just like to quickly summarize the increases siguro sa major items, just so the general public would be able to see how much we increased from the NEP levels po siguro, para mapakita po natin na talaga po totoo yung ating commitment na itaas po yung budget natin sa education. Siguro po, for the sake of expediency po, I'll focus only on the big ticket items. So under the Department of Education, the total increase would be 86.8 billion pesos from the NEP level, from 874.5 billion pesos in the NEP to a final number of 961.3 million. Siguro po yung pinakamalaki na lang po siguro na increases under the Basic Education Facilities Program, that would be a total increase of 57.3 billion pesos. So halos siguro po mahina na po na 35,000 classrooms po yung ating maipapagawa para po sa taong 2026. Maganda po yun kung maaalala po natin, ang binanggit po ng ating Pangulo nung kanyang SONA ay 40,000 pesos po yung target na maipatayo na classrooms by 2026. So dahil po sa atin pong inilaan na pondo para sa Basic Education Facilities Program para sa 2026. Halos kaya na po natin yung punan. Konti na lang po. Matatamaan na po natin yung target natin na supposedly sa 2028 pa. Sunod po, under the textbooks and other instructional materials, we are increasing it by 8.3 billion pesos from the NEP level of 11.1 to the final number of 19.5. So, malaki po yung papel na gagampanan nito para po mapunan na yung kakulangan po sa mga libro at mga kagamitan sa ating po mga paaralan. Pagdating po sa school-based feeding program, mula po atin pong magdadagdag po tayo ng 13.9 billion pesos mula po sa 11.7 billion sa NEP, paakyat po sa 25.7 billion pesos. I think, Mr. Chair, correct me if I'm wrong, that represents an increase from 120 days to 180 days para po sa ating mga estudyante. So ano po, maganda po yun kasi halos lahat na po ng araw na pumapasok sila, meron na pong feeding program para po sa kanila. Siguro, Mr. Chair, there are a lot of other items, but I'd just like to highlight the biggest increase, and that would be in terms of classrooms, in terms of textbooks, at saka pagdating po sa school-based feeding program. Mahalaga din po na ating po ipaalam sa ating mga kababayan na kahit ano pong programa sa Department of Education, hindi po tayo bumaba mula po sa NEP. Lahat po ng mga programa, itinaas po natin mula po sa level ng NEP. Kaya yun po, Mr. Chair, I just wanted to manifest that para po maipakita po natin na talagang totoo po yung sinasabi ng parehong Kongreso at ng Senado na talaga pong binibigyan po natin ng napakalaking prioridad ang edukasyon para sa budget sa 2026. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Chairperson, just to add, kaya natin dinagdagan from 120 days, actually to 200 days, dahil yun ang concern, 200. 200, no? 200, di ba? 200, oh. Dahil ang concern ng ating mga teachers ay bumabalik sa malnutrition at wasting pag hindi kumpleto yung number of days na yung feeding program. Therefore, nasasayang lang yung ginagastos dahil hindi matapos yung 120 days, bumabalik yung wasting. That's why it's 200. And therefore, hopefully, from here, moving forward, sana sa susunod ng mga budget, maging universal na, hindi lamang doon sa mga malnourished, severely malnourished at wasting ng mga bata, kung hindi maging universal na itong free meals program para sa ating primary and up to junior high. But of course, that's a aspiration moving forward. But this is a welcome first step.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Representative Brian Ramsuan.
I just would like to manifest na during the BARC hearing natin dun sa House, you suggested the increase of budget, especially dun sa mga kitchen facilities ng mga schools para dun sa feeding program. Mas maganda ko kasi na pag sila na yung nagluluto ng mga parang una, hindi nasisira, hindi dinadala ng, kumbaga yung travel time pa lahat to, minsan nagkakaroon ng kumbaga nasisira yung pagkain. At siguraduhin natin, ito kasi yung mga low-hanging fruit na kailangan nating isipin na gawin nating mga ganitong pasilidad sa kanilang lugar kasi minsan wala silang area na paglulutuan talaga. At napakahalaga dahil willing naman po yung SPTA, very active dyan, yung mga parents, teachers, willing silang gumawa ng mga ganitong klaseng programa para sa atin. If we can encourage all the SPTAs all over the country to do the same, and with an increased budget, I think, gaya na sinabi niyo, Senator Kiko, one step closer tayo dun sa dream na ma-achieve natin itong mga ganitong klaseng programa.
Mr. Chairman, just to add very quickly, in the deliberations in the Senate with Secretary Sani Angara, he has also reassured us or assured us that he will cascade to the regions yung purchases ng feeding programs na ito. And we manifested during the debates that yung Sagip Saka Act, which is Republic Act 11321, wherein government can now buy directly sa farmers and fisherfolk organization na wala ng public bidding. So yung feeding program na madadagdagan ng 13 billion, no? Dapat
Di ba linagay natin sa
yes, yung milk feeding program plus yung actual feeding program sa ating primary schools, dapat a significant portion of the budget should be allocated for purchases directly sa mga local farming and fishing communities para sariwa ang pagkain at nakakatulong pa sa ating mga local producers, ang ating mga magsasaka, mangingisda, and therefore the local economy will also benefit.
Maraming salamat, Senator Kiko. So we go to SUCs and state universities and colleges. We start with the University of the Philippines, the University of the Philippines System.
Mr. Chair, I just wanted to ask about this because there are 113 SUCs. If we go through each one line by line, that would be at least 1,000, like 500 line items that we have to go through. So my recommendation po, Mr. Chair, if I may, since there are substantial changes in the UP system, we can take that up separately. But as to the rest of the SUCs, perhaps we can tackle it by region. Kasi po medyo 113 SUCs po ito.
It's just, kung Mika, if, I think para rin marinig rin ng ating mga constituents yung mga SUC, I suggest we can go through each SUC. Kung
No, we're just, Mr. Chair, my suggestion is we'll just mention the total amount of budget for each SUC.
actually, ang per SUC will have about 2 or 3 locally funded project.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's manageable if you, ako ang tingin ko
But
manageable.
I just based off the quick estimate of Sen. Lauren, that would be 2 hours just on the discussion of the SUCs if we go line by line. But if we take the suggestion of Sen. Erwin po, we'll do, if we can do just the totals for the SUCs instead of going through every single line item under each SUC. If
I
that's-
suggest we can go, the House can go through one pass with all SUCs, and then we go one pass with all SUCs instead of
Okay.
approving it one SUC per
Yes.
SUC.
Kung mapagod yung chair, pwede si Kong Christine, pwede si Kong Maricar, pwedeng si Attorney Rupus, o yun, sige, per region. No, pwede nga, then we just approve
Yes,
it after.
yes,
Para
yes.
tuloy-tuloy
If there are
na
any
basa.
questions, then we can ask, we can take questions after the SUCs.
Babasahin lang.
Sige po. For the, let's do that. So we'll do one quick pass on all the SUCs. First would be the University of the Philippines System. We propose to add an additional 1 billion pesos for Project NOAA. And this one po actually, while it's lodged under the UP system, so I'll ask for permission just to elaborate on this point a little bit because it's very important for both houses. For Project NOAA, while it's the funding is lodged within the UP system, we actually increased the funding for Project NOAA for the benefit of the whole country and all the agencies, primarily the DPWH. Ang hinihingi po natin sa Project NOAA, kapag binigay na po natin yung pondo na to, is for them to work more closely with the DPWH in terms of refining the way that flood control projects are designed and monitored. Ang pangako po ng Project NOAA sa atin, alam ko pa binanggit din po nila sa hearing nila sa Senado, ay kapag nabigyan po sila ng sapat na pondo, they can actually help DPWH design the flood control project. So, hindi na po magkakaroon ng pagkakataon na makakapaglagay po ng flood control project sa lugar na hindi naman talaga kailangang lagyan. They will be able to simulate a particular area and pinpoint exactly up to the coordinates level where a flood control structure should be placed. Aside from that po, they will be able to simulate the height that is required to actually mitigate the flooding in that area. So yun po yung pinakahinihingi natin sa Project NOAA na sana po sa pamamagitan ng 1 bilyong piso na ating pong ibibigay sa kanila sa susunod na taon po sa taong 2027, mas maganda na po yung pagdisenyo ng mga flood control at flood mitigation systems. So that would be our amendment under the UP system, under Philippine Energy Research and Policy Institute. Actually, we don't have amendments in that. For the National Capital Region.
Mr. Chair.
Yes,
Madam
go ahead
Chair,
po.
may I intervene? What the good chairwoman is mentioning is actually under the UP Resilience Institute, yes. And this was actually initiated way back in 2012, and we're only funding it in 2025. But during the time of Congressman Salceda, he and I had a budgetary amendment, not insertion, for the building of the UPRI. I'm not certain if it's up already, but it was 3 presidents ago that the UPRI in 2012, the president who became DTI secretary, Pascual. Yes, Fred and I were discussing this in 2012, the creation of the UP Institute, Resilience Institute. So, thank you for mentioning Project NOAA of Mahar Lagmay, who was with DOST before. And I'm just putting a historical perspective because people might say, grabe, ang laki, 1 bilyon. Ano po, 13 years po nag-antay. And when this was conceptualized in 2012, I think I was defending their budget then, it was a very small amount during the time of President Pascual. So we support that, Mr. Chair. We upheld it in the Senate. Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Senator Lauren. Yes, Representative Happy Benitez.
May I add to that manifestation? But before I begin with my manifestation, I'd like to say that as a first-timer bicameral committee member, I'm honored and grateful and the only neophyte on this contingent. I expect to listen intently, work collaboratively, and to pass a fair and impactful budget for the Filipino people. What I do want to share that it was House Bill number 2577 that I filed in Congress for the 20th Congress, supporting the National Resilience Institute to make it a national, the UP Resilience Institute in the UP system to become a National Resilience Institute. And I do want to share it and to add that the UP RI, which was powered by Project NOAA, has made accurate and real-time, high-quality hazard maps. No, and it has been used by a lot of local government units. And ever since nangyayari po sa atin yung mga climate disasters po sa atin, there's been, since it was updated in 2023, the website has had 35 million searches online. And during peak times, 2.6 million searches a day. Now, so it's very important that we can identify for flood mitigation efforts. And so, albeit this is seemingly large, 1 billion, but they need to update the hazard maps for the entire country, and last that has been updated was 2012. So I commend the Chair, Chair Mika, and of course the BARC as well as the Senate for putting the 1 billion to Project NOAA. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just to marry the two, the manifestation of Senator Legarda and Representative Benitez, actually, yung point po ni Senator Lauren, tama po yun. Kasi in the last few years, I think, bumaba po sila from having over 500 billion in allocations down to only 36 million a year. So, and despite the huge budget cut, they were still able to create all of these accurate hazard maps, which a lot of our kababayans really rely on, especially in times of flooding and rains. Ang maganda po dito, pagdating po sa Project NOAA, they're able to pinpoint exactly what color each zone is in terms of flooding hazard. So there's red zone, orange, and yellow. So ang pinag-uusapan po sa DPWH ay pwede pong pagbasihan yung hazard maps ng Project NOAA para po malaman kung saan lang pwede maglagay ng flood control structures sa mga susunod na taon. So, just to marry po, send with the manifestations of Representative Legarda and Senator Legarda and Representative Benitez. Moving on, Mr. Chair, after the UP system, we go to the schools under the National Capital Region. On the part of the House, we propose an increase to the Polytechnic University of the Philippines of an increase of 55 million pesos from the current 3.623 million in the NEP to 3.67 million. Where's the other third? I'm missing. For the under the Ilocos region, we propose an increase of. Thank you very much, and my apologies for the delay. Under the UP system, Mr. Chair, my apologies. Aside from the 1 billion that we're adding in Project NOAA, we're actually adding another 20 million under the UP system. So that's a total of 1 billion 20 million. And then for the National Capital Region, we are adding 55 million to the Polytechnic University of the Philippines and 30 million for the Rizal Technological University. In the Ilocos region, Region 1, we are proposing an increase of 429 million pesos for the Mariano Marcos State University. And under the Cordillera Administrative Region, we propose an increase of 20 million to the Ifugao State University. Under the Cagayan Valley, we propose an increase of 332 million pesos for the Isabela State University. Under Region 3, we propose a 95 million increase to the Aurora State College of Technology and a 100 million increase to the Bulacan State University. Under Region 4, we propose an increase of 50 million pesos for Southern Tagalog and Palawan. We propose an increase of 10 million pesos for Region 4 under Laguna State Polytechnic University. An increase of 40 million pesos to the Occidental Mindoro State College. An increase of 35 million pesos under the Catanduanes State University. An increase of 8.803 million for the Carlos C. Hilado Memorial State College in the Negros Island region. An increase of 80 million pesos under Region 7, Cebu Technological University. In the region of Eastern Visayas, we propose an increase of 70 million pesos for Eastern Samar State University, 125 million pesos for Biliran Province State University or the Naval State University, an increase of 40 million pesos for the Samar State University, 30 million pesos for the Southern Leyte State University, 100 million pesos for the University of Eastern Philippines, and 150 million pesos for the Visayas State University. In Soxargen, Region 12, we propose an increase of 30 million pesos for the South Cotabato State College, an increase of 14 million pesos in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region for the Mindanao State University. So, Mr. Chair, those are all of our proposed increases for state universities and colleges, totaling 2.859 billion pesos.
On the part of the Senate, we'll start off with the University of the Philippines dahil maraming taga-UP ho dito. Itong Senator Kiko yata taga-UP. Senator Lauren din. So we'll start off with UP. For the University of the Philippines system, locally funded projects, renovation of PAS, Mendoza Hall, UP Manila, 30 million pesos. A locally funded project, treatment of X-linked dystonia Parkinson's, also known as Lubag syndrome, UP-PGH, 15 million. I think this is your intervention, the Parkinson's
Yes.
Parkinson's project.
It's a very unique, it's a rare disease, only found in the island of Panay in Region 6. Yun ang request ni Dr. Gap Legaspi.
This is under PGH or UP?
PGH.
PGH, no? Because
PGH.
PGH under UP.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Locally funded projects, digitalization of oral narratives, UP Visayas, 12 million pesos. Locally funded projects, scholarship programs for professional masters in tropical marine ecosystem management and professional masters in operations oceanography, PMMO, Marine Science Institute, UP Diliman, 10.9 million pesos. Locally funded projects, development and implementation of the Philippine Secondary Leavers Assessment, 2026 to 2027, 200 million pesos. Hospital Services Program, provision of medical services, 6.7 billion pesos. I believe this is for UPPGH. Hospital Services Program, Universal Care Fund for Zero Balance Billing, 800 million pesos. UP Philippine Eye Research Institute, UP Peri, 81 million pesos. Increase in carrying capacity of UP Manila College of Medicine Simulation Laboratory, 20 million pesos. Futures Thinking Research Program, UP Los Baños, 2 million pesos. Upgrading and commissioning of the Structural Engineering Laboratory for Earthquake Engineering, Institute of Civil Engineering, UP Diliman. Ba't wala ito? Sorry, the completion and commissioning of the wind tunnel facility for typhoon studies, Institute of Civil Engineering, UP Diliman, 250 million pesos. Establishments of Governance Reform, Innovation and Transformation Laboratory, GRIT Labs, UP National College of Public Administration and Governance, UP Diliman, 30 million pesos. Student Athletes Training and Competition Assistance Program, 30 million pesos. Implementation of the National Vision Screening Program, UP Manila, 10 million pesos. Integrated Mentoring and Mental Wellness Program, UP College of Medicine, Manila, 5 million pesos. Construction, rehabilitation of audiovisual room, South Road Properties Campus, UP Cebu, 21 million pesos. Construction, completion of dormitory for graduate students, UP Los Baños, 21.4 million pesos. Establishment of Health Innovation Hub, UP Mindanao, 18 million pesos. Development of the UP Artificial Intelligence Research Tool, UP System, 5.4 million pesos. Digital Futures Research Hub, empowering doctoral graduates through a collaborative mentoring system, UP Open University, 12 million pesos. Heritage Digitization and Publication Project, National Institute of Islamic Studies and Civilizations, UP Institute of Islamic Studies, UP Diliman, 5.5 million pesos. Smart Library, National Institute of Islamic Studies and Civilizations, UP Institute of Islamic Studies, UP Diliman, 4.5 million pesos. Repair and Rehabilitation of Atienza Hall, Department of Military Science, UP Diliman, 10 million pesos. And we go to the Philippine Energy Research and Policy Institute. The proposal is to the amount of 72 million pesos. And it's composed of the following: General and Administration and Support, 30 million pesos. Research and Development and Policy Utilization Program, provision of research services and policy development, 23 million pesos. Operation Technical Advisory Extension Program, provision of extension services, 18.7 million pesos. Now for the other SUCs in the National Capital Region, the Eulogio Amang Rodriguez Institute of Science and Technology, the proposal is 530 million pesos, composed of repainting of Iris building and replacement of old roofing in Apilado and Nudas building, 10 million pesos. Marikina Polytechnic College to the tune of 332 million pesos, composed of rehabilitation and repair of teacher education building and laboratories, 15 million pesos. To the Philippine Normal University, 1.5 billion pesos, composed of construction of a 3-story graduate school building, PNU Mindanao Campus, 30 million pesos. Philippine State College of Aeronautics, 526 million pesos, composed of design and construction of academic building including physics and chemistry laboratory facilities, 12 million pesos. To the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, 3.7 billion pesos, composed of construction of multipurpose building, PUP Lopez Quezon Campus, 50 million pesos, construction of academic building, Phase 3, PUP Taguig, 15 million pesos, construction of multipurpose building, College of Engineering Extension building, PUP Santa Mesa, 50 million pesos. To the Technological University of the Philippines, 1.5 billion pesos. Construction and completion of multipurpose building, Barangay Western Bikutan, Taguig City, 40 million pesos. Now we go to Region 1, Ilocos. Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University, 1.8 billion pesos, composed of construction of veterinary medicine building and animal hospital, 45 million pesos. Ilocos Sur Polytechnic State College, 551 million pesos, composed of completion of academic building, Tagudin Campus, 45 million pesos. Pangasinan State University, 1.7 billion pesos, composed of construction of 3-story education building, Urdaneta Campus, 30 million pesos. University of Northern Philippines, 1 billion pesos, composed of construction of the College of Nursing Academic Building 3, Phase 1, 45 million pesos. Now we go to the Cordillera Administrative Region. Abra State Institute of Science and Technology, 394 million pesos, composed of upgrading of the agricultural, academic, and laboratory building main campus, 30 million pesos. Pahiya State College, 349 million pesos, composed of construction of 3-story criminology building, 30 million pesos. Benguet State University, 1 billion pesos, composed of completion of College of Medicine Building Phase 2, 30 million pesos. Kalinga State University, 505 million pesos, composed of construction of Criminology Academic Facility Phase 1, Bulanao Campus, 30 million pesos. Mountain Province State University, 525 million pesos, composed of completion of 7-story Engineering and Technology Building, Tadyan Campus, 30 million pesos. We go to Region 2, Batanes State College, 195 million pesos, composed of construction, upgrading of academic building, Bachelor of Industrial Technology, Phase 1, 12 million pesos. Cagayan State University, 1.5 billion pesos, composed of construction of University Academic Building, 45 million pesos, Futures Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Nueva Vizcaya State University, 864 million pesos, composed of construction of 3-story academic building, College of Teacher Education, Bayombong Campus, 20 million pesos. Quirino State University, 429 million pesos, construction of Office Administration Academic Building, Difun Campus, 20 million pesos. For Region 3, Central Luzon, Aurora State College of Technology, 363 million pesos, composed of Futures Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos, Tulong Dulong Program, 1.1 billion pesos. Bataan Peninsula State University, 1 billion pesos, composed of renovation of training facilities to Food Laboratory Building, Abukay. Sorry, that's I read the wrong item. Rehabilitation of and extension of 2-story academic building, Balanga, Bataan, 35 million pesos. Tulong Dulong Program, 1.1 billion pesos. Bulacan Agricultural State College, 344 million pesos, composed of construction of multipurpose academic building with solar panel and rainwater harvesting facility, 33 million pesos. Tulong Dulong Program, 1.1 billion pesos. Bulacan State University, construction of Gender and Development Building at Campus 2, Malolos, Bulacan, 60 million pesos. Tulong Dulong Program, 1.1 billion pesos. Central Luzon State University, 1.2 billion pesos, construction of composed of construction of climate resilient General Academic Building A, 40 million pesos, Tulong Dulong Program, 1.1 billion pesos. Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology, 1.4 billion pesos, composed of construction of academic building and training center, Phase 2, San Isidro Tabon Campus, 15 million pesos, then Tulong Dulong Program, 1.1 billion pesos. Pampanga State Agricultural University, 631 million pesos, construction of composed of construction of 2-story College of Business, Economics, and Entrepreneurship Building, 30 million pesos. Composed of Tulong Dulong Program, 1.1 billion pesos. Pampanga State University, 1.2 billion pesos. Completion of 12 Classroom 3 Academic Building with Site Development Porac Campus, 25 million pesos. Tulong Dulong Program, 1.1 billion pesos. The Philippine Merchant Marine Academy, 351 million pesos, composed of construction of academic building, main campus, 30 million pesos, and Tulong Dulong Program, 1.1 billion pesos. President Ramon Magsaysay State University, 743 million pesos, construction 3-story College of Engineering Academic Building, Iba Campus, 40 million pesos, tulong-dulong program, 1.1 billion pesos. Tarlac Agricultural University, 522 million pesos. Rehabilitation of old building, 30 million pesos. Futures Thinking, 2 million pesos. Construction of College of Education Child Research and Development Laboratory Experiences, 20 million pesos. Tulong-dulong program, 1.1 billion pesos. Tarlac State University, construction of academic building for College of Engineering, Tarlac State University, 1 billion pesos. Construction of academic building for College of Engineering, 40 million pesos. Tulong-dulong program, 1.1 billion pesos. Now for Region 4, Southern Tagalog and Palawan. Region 4A, Calabarzon, Batangas State University, 2.4 billion pesos. Future Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Construction of 10-story engineering hub, academic building, 200 million pesos. Tulong-dulong program, 100 million pesos. Cavite State University, 2.1 billion pesos. Completion of 3-story of College of Engineering and Business Management building, CCAT campus, 42 million pesos. Futures Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Tulong-dulong program, 1.1 billion. Million, no? Million ba ito? Billion. Million pesos. Laguna State Polytechnic College, 1.1 billion pesos. Construction of 4-story, 24 classroom academic building, 36 million pesos. Replacement of gymnasium roofing system, including sea-pouring repairs and insulation, 6 million pesos. Tulong-dulong program, 1.1 million pesos. Southern Luzon State University, 761 million pesos. Tulong-dulong program, 1.1 billion pesos. 1.1 million. University of Rizal System, 934 million pesos. Rehabilitation of ISR Academic Building, Morong Campus, 12 million pesos. Tulong-dulong program, 1.1 million pesos. Marinduque State University, 418 million pesos. Futures Thinking Program, 2 million pesos. Construction of academic building for College of Arts and Sciences, 12 million pesos. Tulong-dulong program, 1.1 million pesos. Mindoro State University, 487 million pesos. Establishment of Industrial Technology Education Laboratory, Phase 2, 30 million pesos. Tulong-dulong program, 1.1 million pesos. Occidental Mindoro State College, 684 million pesos. Tulong-dulong program, 1.1 million pesos. Palawan State University, 1 billion pesos. Construction of 1-story academic and laboratory building, 3 classrooms at PSU Main Campus, Puerto Princesa City, 15 million pesos. Tulong-dulong program, 1.1 million pesos. Romblon State University, 615 million pesos. Composed of construction of academic building in RSU San Agustin Campus, 40 million pesos. Futures Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Tulong-dulong program, 1.1 million pesos. Western Philippines University, 590 million pesos. Rehabilitation of Higher Education Building, Main Campus, 30 million pesos. Futures Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Tulong-dulong, 1.1 million pesos. To Region 5, Bicol Region, Bicol State College of Applied Sciences and Technology, 318 million pesos. Construction of 5-story academic building 2, Phase 4, 15 million pesos. Bicol University, 1.1 billion pesos. Completion of BU College of Medicine Building Extension, 30 million pesos. Future Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Construction of Bicol University Health Sciences Building, Legazpi City, Albay, Phase 1, 50 million pesos. Camarines Norte State College, 584 million pesos. Construction of 3-story IFMS Academic Building, Mercedes Campus, 30 million pesos. Camarines Sur Polytechnic Colleges, 744 million pesos. Construction of 4-story academic building, College of Health Sciences, Academic Building 4, Nabua Campus, 40 million pesos. Catanduanes State University, 793 million pesos. Completion of Student Convention Center with Amphitheater, 25 million pesos. Central Bicol State University of Agriculture, 1.2 billion pesos. Futures Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Repair Rehabilitation of Electronics and Electrical Classrooms Building, CBSUA, Calabanga Campus, 12 million pesos. Dr. Emilio Espinosa Senior Memorial State College of Agriculture Technology, 346 million pesos. Construction of 4-story smart academic and laboratory building for business management program, 30 million pesos. Futures Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Partido State University, 727 million pesos. Construction of Criminology Academic Building, Lagonoy Campus, 24 million pesos. Futures Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Sorsogon State University, 677 million pesos. Construction of Integrated Academic Laboratory and Library Building, 36 million pesos. Now we go to Region 6, Aklan State University, 760 million pesos. Composed of construction of academic building main campus, 30 million pesos. Capi State University, 1.2 billion pesos, composed of construction of academic building and analytical laboratory for fisheries and marine researches, Pontevedra Campus, 40 million pesos. Guimaras State University, 380 million pesos. Completion of CBM building main campus, 30 million pesos. Iloilo Science and Technology University, 1.1 billion pesos. Rehabilitation of vertical expansion of academic building, K Building, Iloilo City Campus, 40 million pesos. Futures Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Iloilo State University of Fisheries, Science and Technology, 601 million pesos. Futures Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Completion of academic building main campus, 12 million pesos. Northern Iloilo State University, 827 million pesos. Construction of 3-story general academic building, 24 million pesos. University of Antique, 801 million pesos. This is in your hometown.
Hindi ko amendment yan.
Hindi.
Salamat.
Ano yan? Committee.
Salamat.
Construction and completion of classroom buildings, Sibalom Campus, 14 million pesos. Construction, completion of classroom buildings, Libertad Campus, 14 million pesos. Futures Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. West Visayas State University, 2.3 billion pesos. Composed of rehabilitation of Ramon Magsaysay Hall, Academic Building, College of Physical Education, Sports, Culture, and Recreation, 15 million pesos. Negros Island Region, Central Philippine State University, 632 million pesos. Construction of Agribusiness Program, Facility Phase 1, Main Campus, 30 million pesos. Negros Oriental State University, 1.1 billion pesos. Expansion of 60 classroom academic building, 45 million pesos. Siquijor State College, 203 million pesos. Composed of expansion of engineering learning spaces, construction of the engineering learning space, 50 million pesos. State University of Northern Negros, 365 million pesos. Construction, completion of nursing and allied health services academic building, phase 6 Sagay Campus, 30 million pesos. We go to Region 7, Central Visayas, Bohol Island State University, 1 billion pesos. composed of construction of 6-story academic building, College of Technology, main campus, Dawis Extension, 45 million pesos. Cebu Normal University, 644 million pesos, composed of construction of 8-story academic building, Phase 2, Balamban Campus, 30 million pesos. Biliran Province State University, we go to Region 8, Eastern Visayas. Biliran Province State University, 832 million pesos. Futures Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Eastern Samar State University, 927 million pesos. Construction of 2-story College of Medicine dormitory building, 25 million pesos. Eastern Visayas State University, 996 million pesos. Construction of 4-story College of Arts and Sciences Extension, main campus, 40 million pesos. Leyte Normal University, 618 million pesos. Construction of academic building, LNU San Isidro Campus, 30 million pesos. Northwest Samar State University, 680 million pesos. Construction of nursing building, Phase 1, 30 million pesos. And then another Futures Thinking research program, 2 million pesos. Palompon Institute of Technology, 460 million pesos. Construction of engineering building, Phase 2, 30 million pesos. We go to Region 9, Zamboanga Peninsula, Basilan State College, 315 million pesos. Composed of Futures Thinking Program, 2 million pesos. Construction of academic building, including Animal Science Laboratory, 12 million pesos. Srila State College, 640 million pesos. 604 million pesos. Composed of construction of academic building with laboratories and library. Biswangan Lakewood Campus, 30 million pesos. Construction of academic building, main campus, 30 million pesos. Construction of student center building, Caridad Tumingag Campus, 34 million pesos. Jose Rizal Memorial State University, 938 million pesos. Composed of construction of 2-story 10-classroom building with facilities, School of Engineering, 18 million pesos. Repair, rehabilitation of track and field oval, main campus, 20 million pesos. Western Mindanao State University, 1.3 billion pesos. Construction of 3-story College of Agriculture academic building, San Ramon Campus, 30 million pesos. Zamboanga Peninsula Polytechnic State University, 719 million pesos. Construction of Technology Building Phase 1, College of Engineering and Technology, 18 million pesos. Zamboanga State College, Marine Sciences and Technology, 342 million pesos. Construction of Academic Building 2, Phase 1, 18 million pesos. We go to Region 10, Northern Mindanao. Ano ba ito? Region 10. Bukidnon State University, 1.1 billion pesos. Completion of Buksu Hotel Training Laboratory for BSHM, 50 million pesos. Completion of 5-story academic building Phase 2, Quezon Campus, 25 million pesos. Completion of 5-story academic building Kalilangan Campus, 25 million pesos. Construction of 3-story smart Camiguin Polytechnic State College. Ito parang kila ano ito Kila
Thank you,
JJ ito.
Mr. Chair.
Nawala tuloy ako, Jay. 286 million pesos. That includes construction of 3-story Smart Institute of Technology building, main campus, 30 million pesos. Central Mindanao University, 1.1 billion pesos. Construction of Academic Building, College of Education, 45 million pesos. Construction of Covered Court Main Campus, 10 million pesos. MSU Iligan Institute of Technology, 1.6 billion pesos, composed of repair of various academic building structures, 12 million pesos. Northern Bukidnon State College, 295 million pesos, composed of completion and equipping of 4-story IT building phase 4, 25 million pesos. Northern Mindanao State College of Science and Technology, 500 million pesos. Construction of Agriculture and Environmental Science Building, 50 million pesos. University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, 1.7 billion pesos. Establishment of 3-story Smart Computing Academic Building, Phase 1, Orqueta Campus, 42 million pesos. University of Science and Technology, Southern Philippines, Cagayan de Oro Campus. Ano ba ito? Mayroon, I think that was in part of the, ano ito? Okay, all right. Okay, we go to Region 11.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
with your permission,
Yes.
before we leave Region 10, we'd like to appeal to the Senate, because if you will see Region 10, all the schools have capital outlay. But then my university in my city and my province, if you can see here, it's all blank. Zero. So almost all our university, state colleges and universities, you gave capital outlay. But in the case of Cagayan de Oro Campus, University of Science and Technology, zero. University of Science and Technology in Claveria Campus, zero. Can we appeal that we include the following, Mr. Chairman, to be able to be, to be fair to everyone? And we only are requesting, Mr. Chairman, because in the House, we have agreed now there will be no capital outlay. But since the Senate has been giving capital outlay to all, actually all. But here, if you can see here, for Cagayan de Oro Campus and also Claveria Campus, zero. So we just may request the following for inclusion. Is that possible, Mr. Chairman?
Mr. President, we were advised by the DBM that the operating unit is the University of Science and Technology, Southern Philippines.
Yes.
So we were advised that the allocation will be in that university, Mr. President.
But if you can
I
see
think
here,
they have
there is
different
no...
campuses, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
there are two campuses, and there is no capital outlay. That is why, if you can see here, all the other universities in northern Mindanao, Region 10, they have what you have given them, their buildings and their laboratories and academic buildings. But then, nasiro kami dito, Mr. Chairman. So I would just like, therefore, to move that we add what is just needed by the campuses, Mr. Chairman. Yes, wala oh, dito zero oh.
Well, the PASOK, which suggested to us, PASOK actually compiled all the requests of the university, especially to increase their capacity, and they submitted to us. So they submitted to us the projects per university, not for extension campuses. So that's why in this case, the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, the request went to that university, not to the extension campuses.
This is the main, the university is an amalgamation of the Cagayan de Oro campus and the Claveria campus. The main campus right now is the USTP Cagayan campus. And then the other amalgamated campus is Claveria campus. So we would just like to request. Can we just, yeah.
Yes, may I just help out the chair. Of course, but you're the chair of this, right? But I also spoke to Dr. Tirso Ronquillo, who's the president of the state universities. To be fair to the chair, he did not select which university will have this and that. We left it to the state universities. So it was Dr. Ronquillo who submitted it to the chair. So they selected. And we know, of course, and Attorney Kong Rufus knows this, that while funding has been given to selected mother campuses, not all extension or satellite campuses were funded. For example, University of Antique, the Hamtic campus and my other campuses had zero funding. I see in your university, you have the main funding under the Oroquieta campus, which is of course not in your district. Like yung sa amin, Sibalom and Libertad. But there are 3 others in Kaluya, in Hamtic, which were zero funded also. The chair requests, and it's up to you because this was the recommendation of the PASUK upon the consultation with the president of the SUC. But if the congressman so wishes, the chair is willing to move the funding. If you say that the main campus is Cagayan de Oro, to move it to the Cagayan de Oro campus. He is willing to do that, right?
But we would not wish also, the USTP system has 2 main campuses which were amalgamated by law, which I was the author. We have other 5 satellite campuses. We're not asking for the 5 satellite campuses, no. But we're only saying because of the density of students in Cagayan de Oro campus, 15,000 students. We need this following budget. It's not very big. We would like to bring this out because otherwise, we will not have any capital outlay in the 2 amalgamated campuses comprising the USTP. I am not asking for the 5 satellite. Of course, 1 satellite has been given 52, that is in the province of Oroquieta, Misamis Occidental. So these are what you'd like to ask, Mr. Chairman, if you permit us to propose. Now, for Cagayan de Oro campus, we are only asking for 50 million for the completion of the 8-story educational and student computer phase 3, computers, building. So it's a completion because right now, the building is not completed. So we're only asking for 50 million. But they're asking for more. But I am saying, because they're asking here to complete it 150 million, I said no, we'll only ask 50 million. And then the second very important request is the continuation of the Faculty Learning Resources Center Phase 2. They asked for 150 million, I'm only asking for 50 million. So they're asking 300 million, which is really, so big in this BICAM hearing. I'm only asking for 50 and 50, 100. That is for the Cagayan de Oro campus. The other main campus in the amalgamated USTP is Claveria. And they're asking, Mr. Chairman, they're asking for the auditorium and multipurpose training center. They're asking 110 million. I'm only asking for 50 million for Claveria, a total of 150 million. Otherwise, we can see here all from Region 1 to Region 16, all of them receive capital outlay. But then my university, and I sit there as the USTP board of trustees because I was designated by Chairman Jude Asidre. Mr. Chairman, it will be difficult for me not to be able to appeal to you because you have been giving capital outlay to everyone. And then, dito, kami lang, in this page and the other pages, ang zero dito, ito lang 2 campuses na ito. So that is what we'd like to ask, Mr. Chairman, that you be able to, at least be able to give Cagayan de Oro. It is the seat of, in Region 10, this is the seat of education. Can we have that, Mr. Chairman?
May I request for a minute suspension, Chairperson Mika? And I thank Congressman Rufus for really taking care of his district, especially the universities there. Kailangan ho talagang matutukan yung mga pangangailangan po ng ating university. And you have our support, Congressman Rufus.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Parang nag-round trip to the Philippines na ho tayo. So, Region 11, Davao. So, Davao de Oro State College, 439 million. That includes construction of 5-story, 30 classroom administrative academic building. Phase 1, Maragusan Branch, 37.5 million pesos. Futures Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Davao del Norte State College, 537 million pesos. Composed of construction of 4-story academic building, Phase 1 main campus, 30 million pesos. Future Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Davao del Sur State College, 390 million pesos. Locally funded project retrofitting of damaged general education academic building, 30 million pesos. Davao Oriental State University, 669 million pesos. Futures Thinking Program, 2 million pesos. Construction of 3-story green technology building, Phase 4 main campus, 22.5 million pesos. Construction of 2-story modernized academic building, 18.5 million pesos. Southern Philippines Agribusiness and Marine Aquatic School of Technology, 266 million pesos. Completion of Program Learning Center, replacement of classroom damaged by earthquake, Phase 3, Malita Campus, 30 million pesos. University of Southern Philippines, 1 billion pesos. Composed of completion of 5-story academic building, Tagum Unit, Tagum Mabini Campus, 30 million pesos. Futures Thinking Research Program, 2 million pesos. Region 12, Soccergen, 2.3 million pesos. Cotabato Foundation College of Science and Technology, 240 million pesos. Construction of Criminology Building, 28.8 million pesos. Sultan Kudarat State University, 692 million pesos. Composed of construction of College of Medicine Building, Phase 2, 18 million pesos. University Southern Mindanao, 1.1 billion pesos. Establishment of Cacao Center of Excellence in Research, Development, Innovations, and Capacity Enhancement, 45 million pesos. Region 13, Caraga. Agusan del Sur State College of Agriculture and Technology, 544 million pesos. Locally funded projects, completion of academic building, College of Teacher Education, 30 million pesos. Caraga State University, 1.1 billion pesos. Construction of College of Forestry and Environmental Science Building Complex, 45 million pesos. Northeastern Mindanao State University, 1.4 million pesos. Construction of Academic Classroom, Advanced DBMG Building, 45 million pesos. Surigao del Norte University, 722 million pesos. Construction of Academic Building, College of Engineering, 30 million pesos. The Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. Adyong Memorial State College, 165 million pesos. Construction of Academic and Administrative Building, 18.5 million pesos. Cotabato State University, 407 million pesos. Construction of 5-story College and Art Science Building, 30 million pesos. Mindanao State University, 6.2 billion pesos. Improvement and upgrading of Academic Building, College of Engineering and Computing Sciences, MSU Maguindanao, 72 million pesos. Construction of Academic Facility for Peace, Culture and Arts, MSU General Santos, 35 million pesos. MSU Tawi-Tawi College of Technology and Oceanography, 1 billion pesos. Repair of academic structures, 30 million pesos. Futures Thinking Program, 2 million pesos. Sulu State College, 476 million pesos. Construction of completion of 4-story academic building, 28.5 million pesos. Futures Thinking, 2 million pesos. Construction, completion of information communication technology building, 42 million pesos. Tawi-Tawi Regional Agricultural College, 279 million pesos. Construction of academic building, Tarawakan Campus, 24 million pesos. May, ano ito? Nakalimutan ko. I think I missed one university, Tarlac State University. Ito ba yun? This one? Center for Peace, Center for Peace, Indigenous Peoples Resources and Development, CPIRD, 700,000. So, any questions? I think that completes the SUCs. So, any question, comments, motions?
Mr. Chair,
Sir Chair.
Yeah.
ikaw na mag
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
I would like to recognize the Honorable Maricar Zamora.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair. Just manifestation, seeing that there are proposal from the Senate for the additional tulong-dunong programs for several universities, particularly for universities in regions 3 and 4. Just for a manifestation, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, we wish also to see Senate intervention for tulong-dunong program for other regions, especially for Visayas and Mindanao, because here in the proposal, we only see proposal for tulong-dunong for 3 regions and not for all state universities. While we understand that there could be some priorities, but as a representative from Mindanao, I also wish to see Senate intervention for universities and colleges in Mindanao and Visayas. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
We'll take note of that, Congresswoman Maricar Zamora. Thank you for that comment.
I would now like to recognize Senior Vice Chairperson Abet Garcia.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair. May tanong lang po ako, Madam Chair. If you remember, during the budget hearing ng mga state universities sa House, and it was chaired by 3 vice chairs ng Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, ng mga state universities, ang pinakamalaking hiniling nila or concern nila ay yung utang na for many, many years ay hindi nababayaran sila sa kanila with regards to free college education na by law, kailangan nababayaran sila at nare-replenish sa pondo nila. And this concern was brought to the attention of our leadership. Kasama rin po yung ating minority. And they requested the chair to look for additional sources. So this was presented earlier na nakahanap po kayo ng fiscal space sa NEP to the tune of 4 billion pesos at nakahanap po kayo ng idle funds sa Higher Education Development Fund to the tune of 7 plus billion pesos to complete the 12 billion peso na utang. So I just want to make sure, Mr. Chair, na dito sa aproba natin, yung mga state universities totaling to around 114 who in the version of the House are bent to receive a windfall amount. I just want to make sure na dito sa final version ay matutuloy ito dahil ito yung matagal nang iniintay ng ating mga state universities at ng ating mga estudyante. Madam Chair, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, SVC. So, ano po, the assurance that we can give is intact po yun. So dalawang bagay po yun. As mentioned earlier, we already gave an additional 2.8 billion pesos for the state university. So yun po talaga allocation nila for their different locally funded projects. On top of that, we will be giving them the windfall amount that would result to the payment of deficiencies to SUC. So ito pong yung 12.31 billion pesos to be exact na ibabayad po sa mga SUCs dun po sa kakulangan sa implementasyon ng UACTE ay idadagdag pa po dun sa idinagdag po ng Kongreso at ng Senado para po sa 114 na mga state universities and colleges. So in effect po, I believe, Senwin, may I ask po what would be the total increase to the 114 state universities and colleges?
Mr. Chair, may I?
Yes, go ahead.
Because this,
Go ahead po.
remember, it was
Yeah.
a non-working,
May bagyo.
stormy day when we met with all the state universities and colleges presidents in Manila Polo Club, the chair and myself, and the hearing was canceled in the Senate, and we still met with them with Dr. Tirso Ronquillo. And they brought up the subject matter of what Congressman, my dear friend, Abet Garcia mentioned. And of course, we told them that no matter what, we will ensure that in the GAA and in forthcoming years, the budget for the free quality tertiary education would be based on the current enrollment, not on a computed number which was wrong. I don't want to blame an agency of government. Having said that, we assure the House that whatever amendment you did, and the source would be the Higher Education Fund, Chair Shirley Agrupis had confirmed that in the hearing, because whatever was discussed in that privately held meeting was replayed, if I may use that word, in the Senate hearing, and in plenary as well. And we will ensure that that is carried until the BICAM, until it is signed by the President. Let us also kindly put it on record that when the DBM puts the amount, it must follow the current year's enrollment and the possibility of the increasing enrollment. The reason for the backlog or the lack of funds in the past years was a wrong computation used allegedly, I don't want to blame, by the DBM. But I believe it's resolved, Mr. Chair. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And the funds are provided for, as of now, in the Senate version.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for raising that, Congressman Garcia. I recall in your hearing in the House, yes, that was discussed as well. Yes, thank you.
Yes, Senator Loren. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Actually,
Thank
that's
you,
a
Madam Chair.
long-time problem. I think that problem has been plaguing the SUCs for many years. And finally, both the House and the Senate has finally resolved this by allocating 4 billion from the GAA or from the budget and another 8 billion from the Higher Education Development Fund. So tapos na ho yung problema na yun.
Yes.
But kailangan ma-resolve yung formula ko or else babalik ulit yung problema
Yes,
next year.
Correct. Thank you, Chair, for raising that. Let it be said that every year, hindi dapat ginagamot ng BICAM o ng Kongreso o ng Senado ang kakulangan. Kaya nga dapat tama na yung komputasyon para sa NEP pa lang tama na. Kasi batas ito. This is similar to the PhilHealth issue. Bakit tinimbang ngunit kulang? Bakit 53 ba bilang sa NEP ng 2026, dapat plus 16B kung tama yung computation. So ganun din sa free college education. Dapat tama ang computation ayon sa mga enrollees sa susunod na taon para hindi gagamutin na naman, hahabulin sa GAB o sa GAA. Yeah, so I'm glad we are of the same mind and we share that advocacy, all of us in this hall today, so we make sure that the NEP next 2027 will be correctly computed. Thank you for raising that.
I'll just add to that. So we actually put in two special provisions pertaining to this. The first would be to ensure that the HEDF will be committed by CHED towards this purpose. Because in the previous years, we found out that apparently the HEDF has been accumulating for the last 27 years, untouched. Nakita po namin na meron pong laman na 12 billion pesos sa HEDF na higit 2 dekada na natutulog. So when we were able to see that, we created a special provision as reflected in the HGAB to make sure, essentially to force CHED to commit and DBM also to commit to releasing the 7.82 billion pesos for the purpose of paying the deficiency to SUC. So talaga pong we made sure that the special provision is so specific that DBM and CHED will really have to comply. We even put in the amount so they would no longer be able to flex out of the situation. The second one po, to the point of Senator Lauren, in terms of the computation, essentially the shortfall every single year emanated from the fact that there's a discrepancy in terms of the estimated number of enrollees as reflected in the NEP and the actual number of enrollees. Lumaki po ng lumaki yung gap every year. So we put in another special provision in the HGAB, and this is something that we would have to reconcile as well, wherein we essentially mandated PASOK, CHED, and the DBM that during the budget call, they already need to do that alignment. And there would be a deadline for SUCs to submit their projected enrollees for the following year. So just to say, we're doing this, we're doing a two-pronged approach. First is that we will pay the current deficiency to SUCs amounting to 12.31 billion. Para po yung kakulangan for the last 5 years, okay na yon, done na po, settled na. But the second approach, and I would think the more important facet of this solution, is to make sure this deficiency no longer happens again in the future. So that's why, aside from making sure that the 12.31 billion pesos is funded, we have these two special provisions as well to safeguard against any shortcomings in terms of actualizing this provision. Pero yun po, rest assured that the payment of deficiency to SUCs is secured despite all of the additions to the different SUCs.
Okay, maraming salamat, Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, and Senator Lorena.
Just a last note on that. Thank you for that, Chair Mika and Kong Abet. Alam niyo, sinabi ng mga SUCs, dahil sila nag-aabono para punuin yung batas na ginawa natin, nawawalan sila ng pondo sa mga regular programs sa kabataan. So ang nawala talaga yung mga benepisyo ng mga bata. Ang dami nilang kinancel na ongoing programs na just to fill in the billions that were missing for the past year. So this is really a very good step that both houses are doing, that we're filling it up. And again, dapat tama na sa NEP 2027. So thank you for bringing it up.
Mr. Chair, Madam Chair.
Yes, Representative Pepito Alvarez.
Kung wala na ibang issue, I move for the omnibus approval of all budget of the SUCs in all regions. So move, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Duly seconded by our colleagues. The budget, yes.
Just very, very quickly for the information of not just our colleagues, but those who are viewing us live stream through live streaming. May we just place on record the Tulong Dunong program, because it was repeated over and over for, I think, 28 or 18 SUCs would have it. What is the program? How do we ensure that that it is availed of? Who do they go to? Because there is a Tulong Dunong in the state universities, and then a Tulong Dunong with the CHED. In fact, with CHED, it's about a little over 2 billion. So how does this work? Just for the record, Mr. Chairman.
So since this is downloaded directly to the state universities will implement that scholarship program in particular. So iba po yung sa CHED, iba po yung sa mga state universities. So that's how you operationalize the ones in the state universities.
And this is administered by the state universities.
Yes, administered by state universities. But they also follow the CHED guidelines as to income, as to qualifications, as to minimum grades.
How does that work in tandem with the free universal tertiary level education?
From what I see on the ground, so free higher education, wala silang tuition fee, but in poorest of the poor, they give additional stipend so that they can buy books, they can buy materials for their subjects or for their course. So that's how they extend help to those who need extra help, even though it's already free in terms of tuition fees.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, so
Mr. Chair, sorry, that's a very actually valid question. I think that was a point of Representative Zamora earlier. Given that you've already downloaded the Tulong Dunong straight to the SUCs, does CHED have internal guidelines to make sure that the Tulong Dunong program downloaded straight to SUCs follow the same guidelines as those funds downloaded in the TDP program lodged within CHED Central Office? Yun po siguro yung may mechanism ba? Is there a mechanism currently that allows that? Because actually this is the first time personally that I've heard of Tulong Dunong funds being lodged directly in the funds of SUCs.
from what I understand, they follow the CHED guidelines. No? For example, in terms of who can avail, in terms of minimum grades, all of those. So they follow the CHED guidelines.
Kasi, Mr. Chair, if I may, I've noticed, Mr. Chair, in some of the state universities, like here in Cordillera, they don't have that Tunong Dunong. Also in Cagayan Valley, I see Tulong Dunong dito lang po sa Central Luzon and other regions, pero doon po sa CAR and then sa Ilocos region, maging dito po sa NCR, wala po tayong tulong dunong. So, parang may mga lugar na may tulong dunong, pero may mga state universities na wala naman po.
It depends on kung meron pong mga requests from the state universities. So kung meron silang mga requests, nagpapadala ho sila ng mga request letters sa Senate at doon naman po rin-rationalize kung sino po ang makakatanggap.
And also, Mr. Chair, siguro we have to inform the school itself, the management, to inform the students. Kasi may mga students po, Mr. Chair, na hindi nila alam na merong there's such thing as a scholarship or funding for their board and lodging, etc. May mga estudyante pong hindi alam. So, kailangan talaga siguro yung information dissemination within the school campus na meron pong available na tulong-dulong mula sa pamahalaan.
Thank you for that. Actually, there's a pending motion. I'll rule on that first. So,
Chairman, my
Yeah.
apologies. I am on the phone with Chairperson Shirley Agrupis right now. So let me just quickly clarify this point. Perhaps because it's stated as a different line item. So if we approve it as such, then perhaps if the decision of CHED is that it has to be lodged under CHED Central Office, we may be approving something that's not implementable. So if I may po, Chairman Shirley Agrupis po is on the phone with me. May I request po for a minute suspension?
Suspend.